Hi there and welcome to my weekly top tip. My name is Dan Delisandri and this is all part of the Get Your Act Together project with Clothcat in Leeds. Every Monday I deliver the Ableton live course at 4 p.m, so please tune in. So this week my top tip is around creating drum fills within Ableton. I'm going to carry on using the session that I was using, or the project I was using before. Which links with my last session on a Monday, which was all about basically me building a track from start to finish. So I've already written some drums, some bass, a synth line in there, and I'm going to show you a quick technique to kind of get a couple of drum fills within your project. I think drum fills are essential when it comes to producing music. It kind of breaks up the sections a little bit. It gives it a bit more impact to when you kind of switch into a new section. So if you're kind of going from a breakdown to a drop, having a kind of nice drum fill in there can really be quite effective when you're producing your tracks. So it's something that I tend to do as I'm kind of producing the drums, as I'm writing the drums, or it might be something that I do towards the end of when I'm producing my tracks. But I always put in drum fills. Tends to be at the end of kind of every 8 bars or every 16 bars to kind of split up the track a little bit. So it might be the end of a section and you're kind of going into a new section. Stick a drum fill on the end and it will sound pretty cool. So first things first, I'm just going to add an audio track in there. That's fine, let's keep it there. So what I tend to do, I tend to get an older sample from like an old drum break. Find one which has got a nice kind of drum fill in it, put it into Ableton, get it in time, and then convert it into MIDI, and then use my existing drums that are in there. Occasionally I might just use the original kind of drum fill in there, but I'm just going to quickly show you the quick technique how to convert it into MIDI, and then you can use your current drum sounds that are on your drum kit as for your drum fill. To be honest, I'm not the greatest kind of drummer in the world when it comes to kind of finger drumming on my Ableton Push or Launchpad or MPC. I get by, but it's not kind of my forte, especially when it comes to drum fills. I don't think they sound very good when I do it live, so this is how I do it. So I'm going to grab a sample, a drum sample that was it this one here? Yeah, there we go. That's that. Just a little beginning bit. Let me just quickly solo it so you can hear. That's what I'm going to use for the drum fill. So what I'm going to do, I've just imported that in. This is an RX2 file, which was a file format used within Reason, which is another DAW. And what I'm going to do here, I'm not able to kind of warp it. It's kind of automatically been warped, but I can't edit it. So I'm just going to freeze the track and then flatten it, and then that allows me to edit it. So now I'm just going to shift it along. This is the only bit that I want. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit more, and on that, that's the one there. We can see that that's the one there. So let's just take that back. So there's a bit of a clip at the end. So let's just get rid of that. Warp that across. Make sure that these are all in time. Shift that back over. There you go. So now you haven't got that click at the end. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to convert the drums into a new MIDI channel or track. And again, on one of my previous videos, I show you how to do that. So I'm just going to unmute that. Let's solo these ones here. So what it sounds like when you convert it into a drums, it creates another drum kit for you. That wasn't the drum kit I was using there. So I'm just going to copy, well, actually no, let's just drag it up to the drums above. So now we've got on the drums above, and then I'm just going to quickly quantize those. Okay, that sounds good. I might just take that a couple of those hi-hats off, and then have a little listen to what that sounds like. So with the whole track playing. Then what I'm going to do, which is quite common, is to put a nice cymbal crash on the end. So I'm not sure if I've got one here. Cymbal acid house. Let's have a little listen to what that sounds like. I'm just going to join these together. So if you just highlight those, press Command J, and that's kind of put those all together. And now let's put a cymbal crash on the end of the drum fill. Let's find that sample. Where are you? That's just a bit loud. Let's just turn that down. But might change that to a. Let's change it to a crash actually. So, so if you hover over the drum kit, you'll see there a little circle appears, and let's change it to a crash. That sounds nice. So we'll click on that. That goes in there instead, and now we've swapped that sound around. I might even, let's go back to that MIDI, zoom in a little bit more, and there was a tom here as well. Yeah, let's change one of these. Let's see what this sounds like if I move this up. Yeah, I think that does sound nicer with a tom there. So, so yeah, use the. That's just another way of doing things is getting someone else's drum fill, converting it into MIDI, and then switching some of the MIDI notes around just so it sounds quite authentic. So there you go. Yeah, that's just a quick and easy way of making your own drum fills within your tracks. So thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to the Clothcat YouTube channel to receive notifications for my next lessons, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.